Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D9, TBKC, and all that other good shit. This is not Bully Rants. I actually did this video the other day, and the sound cut out for whatever reason. So, I will answer your question again, Jesse. Not so much a question, but for whatever reason, I get these videos, quite frequently where people ask me about the different things that I went through, and I guess, I mentioned things in my life. On videos, and actually, I have a family member that's being buried today. So, man, I'm gonna tell a story. That's the way I started off the other one. You know what I mean? Of course, it's a fictional story, but it's about a little monster. And, this little monster had great personality, nice guy, man. And in his village, he wanted to be accepted. He was nice to everybody, but they said, you're a damn monster, get in the water. And they put him in the water, and they banished him, and they thought that this would, change his vibe and change his, his niceness, his personality. And even in the water, you know what I mean? He was still the same nice little monster, enjoying himself, you know what I mean? And he was very optimistic about life in the water. So then, of course, the human nature of people, they decided that, well, if you're happy in the water, we'll dunk you, and we'll hold you down. And of course, the little monster didn't like that, and he would scream, and he, when they let him up, they could see that it really bothered him. But as time went on, it took more and more of him to push him up under, because he was building the strength to hold him up and not go under the water. So eventually, one day, he had a friend, and it seemed like it's always that one friend that when everybody else is sort of screwed up, they got your back still, and this friend used to come down there and beg and plead that they not do this and they not do this, and so the friend was the one who get to see how it goes down. So on this particular day, one got on there, two got on there, three got on there, eventually the whole damn village is on the back of the monster trying to push him under the water. And he said, y'all don't know my strength, I've been through a lot. You're not gonna push me down. And they would push, and they would push, and they would push, and they wanted him to go down, but he wouldn't go down. And he kept saying, you don't know my strength, you don't know my strength. And then, at one point they got nastier, and they were doing other things to him. They were just determined for him to go under the water. And he kept saying, you don't know my strength. And in their minds, they thought it was the fact that he was holding them up, But all at once, gloosh, he goes under the water, and he pulls them all under the water, and he continues to go under the water, and he continues to go under the water. And of course, you know what happened, He drowned them all. After coming back up, in horror, his friend that was on the side of the lake asked him, like, you had the strength to hold him up, and you kept saying that you don't know my strength, and you proved that you were strong, Why did you do that? And at this point, you know what I mean, the monster told him, my strength was not to exist in a world that didn't like me. My strength came from my trials and tribulations, that I could eventually face the fears that were drowning me. Over time, my lungs built up. Over time, my capacity to withstand everything that I was going through under the water that terrified me built up. And my weakness became my strength. And my strength to go under the water was the thing that would rid me of all my demons. And as crazy as that sounds, sometimes to fight the battles, to stay in places, and to be a part of things that are not meant for you is not really your strength. Your strength comes from your ability, to adapt to the things that hurt you and make them a strength sometimes. Some places aren't for you. You can't be afraid to go deep as the little monster did, and find the things that will get you out of whatever your situation is. Whether you're depressed, whether it's anxiety, whether you're just losing in life, whether you lost your job, you know every struggle that you go through, sickness, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's just a combination of all, where it seems like it's too heavy and you keep fighting this battle and you keep fighting this battle. Sometimes you got to dig a little deeper and make this into your strength and your passion and your fuel to go forward and be a better person. We are not promised easy. We are not promised great. We're not promised all these things that we feel like is going to make us one way or the other better, and that our lives should be a certain way. And sometimes you get these things and you find out that that's not what what was going to make you happy anyway. The key is to whatever life gives you, you know what I mean? Make that your fuel to keep on fighting. You know, if you're feeling depressed, if you might want to end your life, make that your fuel to find a way to live. You know, if you broke, you might have lost your house, you might be homeless at this time. You know what I mean? Don't feel bad for yourself. Make that your fuel, that you felt a certain type of pain, you felt a certain type of thing that no one else has felt. Now use that as your energy to drive yourself past that. You know, Oprah Winfrey, you know, raped as a child, you know, abandoned as a child. Situation was so bad that she could never have kids again after she got pregnant at a young age. I believe it was 13 years old. You know, she had every reason in this world to just say, you know what, I ain't gonna never be shit. You know, Tyler Perry living in a car, all the rejection after rejection after rejection, and now he's a billionaire. You know, all of these stories, you know, you could go on and on and on and on. You know, you could go on and on. Steve Jobs, you know what I mean, ran out of his company that he created, you know, went on to create Pixar, another billion-dollar company, came back to Apple when the stocks was low, rebuilt Apple into a giant, you know, and just did amazing things with what most would perceive as failure. Imagine building a billion-dollar company and they run you out of it. That's the time where you could sit down, you could be rich and be like, oh man, the hell with them people. No, the man took that as inspiration, went and did other great things, and then came back like, oh, y'all need me, and I'll build another empire, and made it great. Those are money things, but you know, there's been people, you know, who've been down and out and sick. There's been people who've had all these issues and they find a way to will themselves to be better. Sometimes your adversity, sometimes your pain is just God preparing you for your greatness. But in that preparation, we must have faith that it's a better day coming, push and grind and do everything that we need to do to become the better person that we need to be. Don't give up on your fucking self, man. Everybody's gonna tell you you can't do shit. Everybody, you know, the world, even in your head, it's gonna tell you, man, I should give up. You know, this ain't for me, man. I ain't gonna never be shit. I ain't gonna never have shit. Nah, man, you got to get up off your ass and you got to start believing and you got to grind. If you lost your ability to walk, I got a friend right now that lost his ability, world-class bodybuilder, lost his ability to walk during a heart procedure and end up paralyzed, and he refuses to take that as his diagnosis for life. He's lifting weights every day to the point where this was a guy who probably used to squat 700 pounds. You know, he started off with 5 pounds. You know, and even when he started off with the 5 pounds, he was pushing his legs to lift this weight. Now he can walk with a walker when they told him he was never going to be able to walk again. That's the will to not give up. If y'all want to check him out, his name is Chris Dem. You know, world class, Mr. Olympia. He didn't win the Olympia, but he placed top 5 in the Olympia. World class bodybuilder, man. Pushed himself through it and he's living his life. Now he's doing the wheelchair bodybuilding, taking stem cells to rebuild himself. But he is going to walk one day when they said it's impossible. He can move his feet now. They said he would never be able to do that. He can actually do leg presses with light weight. They said he'd never be able to do that. They said you'd never be able to walk with a walker because your legs can't move. He pushed himself. He willed himself. And I'm telling you, no matter what your situation is, if you stop believing in yourself, no matter how much you hurting, no matter how bad the prognosis is, if you stop believing in yourself, even the greatness of God can't help you. This is how you get through things in life. If you're depressed, find a way to get up out of this. Start believing. Start looking for a brighter day. Get help. Do whatever you have to do. No matter what the situation is, be like that little monster. Take your demons and build strength out of it. It's just that simple. Your strength ain't always what people think that it should be. People think that it's strength to adapt to their ways. You know what I mean? To, oh, you got to be successful on my level. Find what it is that you need to become. You know what I'm saying? And get rid of those demons. Live your life. Be beautiful, you know? It's that simple, man. Your drive, never giving up, always looking for a different direction to get to a better place. That's the way that we get through things in life. You know, that's the way that I got through things in life. There's plenty of chances for me to give up. Even more recently, there's plenty of chances for me to give up on things that I believed in. But you have to hold true and you have to be strong to the things that's going to build you up. And, you know, best advice you can always get, put your faith in God, man. Not in man, put your faith in God. Until next time, man, God bless y'all. Much love. Peace.